All right, Angela, thank you for coming today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for the warm welcome.
So you knew you wanted to do hair, but at what point did you start thinking, I want a hairline? I want my own hair extensions. I want styling products. Like, when did that shift for you?
What's funny is I didn't really want any of those things when I was younger, like that age. I just wanted to have my clients. I wanted to just make my quick cash. Making money behind the chair. It's kind of like being a drug dealer. So
Or a
like,
stripper.
yeah, it's like you get this fast money. You can, I was hopping on flights last minute, going to Miami, going to Atlanta, coming out here. And I just really enjoyed that aspect of life. I did have a mentor who was more on the product side and education. And me coming from my mother and my grandmother were both school teachers. So the education part was really interesting to me. So I wanted to just work for product companies and educate and do the platform artistry thing, that's how I got into products more. That was my first freelance opportunity outside of the salon. But yeah, I was not really interested in creating my own. I didn't even know anyone who had done anything like that. So to think about how to go about that seemed a little bit far-fetched, I would say. When it comes to extensions, I've always been an extension specialist. Always loved a little sew-in situation, quick weave. So a lot of my clients would get that, and I tried to sell hair. I would say probably in like 2006. I bought a batch of like hair, like from an Indian vendor or whatever. Child, their hair was tangling, shedding. All of my clients who bought my hair, they was like, girl, what's going on with this? So that kind of scared me a little bit from retailing extensions. I was just like, yeah, nah, this is too rich for my blood. I didn't.
Too rich for my blood.
I was like, I'm good. So it honestly took me a while from that experience to even jump back into the concept of like retailing and developing and all of that.
What advantages do you feel going into retail over direct to consumer, or do you even feel that there is an advantage?
Accessibility to me is the biggest advantage. When you sell e-commerce, it's much harder to grasp someone and to get that instant sale. When you are accessible in stores, people are kind of making much more fast decisions, and they're kind of like, oh, gel, okay, oh, okay, let me grab that and let me take that. And so there's this huge opportunity to reach people with little to no effort, and for them to then become a consumer, become someone that's in your tribe or someone that is a believer in what you're trying to put out there. So I think there's a huge benefit to it. I mean, I have my beauty brand, Trace Beauty, which is all e-commerce, and I do see the benefit of that too. You can kind of control your growth. There's a lot of challenges with retail if you're not quite ready and like all those things. So I understand both sides of it, but I do feel like the accessibility component is like so important and so much of a gem.
My last question, and you kind of touched on it for this segment, what is the most challenging part being into retail?
So that is the part that I haven't firsthand experienced. I think that's the beauty of collaborating with another company, and people don't talk about this enough, but because in the Black community, it's like, get your own, have your own, do your own. And it's like, yes, I agree with that too, but sometimes it's great to like merge and allow your talents to shine and allow what that company has to kind of do the heavier lifting for you. So in terms of challenges, it's really having enough product to put on the shelves and also having enough awareness and visibility to keep it there. So if you do jump into retail and people don't know about your brand, it may or may not sit on the shelves, and then the retailer may make you buy it back from them.
Right. But having a powerful partner like
Cantu, yeah. And so it was like there was already brand awareness there. I have a new collection, so the learning curve of like protective styles by Angela. Okay, what is this collection about? That was more of a learning curve, but at least they were aware of the brand. So I feel like it gave an opportunity for people to kind of make a quicker decision about buying it.